rhythm, as well as when we see faces like facial expressions and what people say, that forms the majority of communication. So yeah, I'm always up for English for effective communication rather than academic. You don't mind me jumping in, do you?
No, it's
I know this
completely
is
fine.
this is like your slot.
No, it's
Supposed to.
completely fine. I'm just dropping a message. So we'll be starting with the session very, very shortly, just waiting for another couple of minutes for others to join in. Meanwhile, we'll be playing some short videos for you. So just give us a little few more minutes, guys, and we'll get started with the session right away.
हे दोस्तों, वेलकम टू अपना कम्युनिटी। ये वो जगह है जहां आप अपने असली पोटेंशियल को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। देखो, सबके पास स्किल्स होते हैं, पर क्या आपके अंदर वो स्पार्क है जो आपको कामयाबी की ऊंचाइयों तक ले जा सकता है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं जॉब चेंज करने के लिए, लेकिन रेज्यूमे सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा, या फिर इंग्लिश में इंटरव्यू देना थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग लग रहा है, तो फिक्र मत कीजिए। यहां हम हैं आपके साथ, आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगी बेहतरीन कम्युनिटीज, जहां आप अपने प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स को सुधार सकते हैं। चाहे आप एक्सेल, टैली, जीएसटी में माहिर बनना चाहें, या फिर आप खुद एक ब्यूटिशियन या डिजाइनर हैं, तो यहां आप अपने काम को शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ, जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहां आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहां आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Hi everyone. I think we have quite a few people who are already in the call, so I think we should not push this any further. We can get started. Before we get started, if anyone can turn on their cameras, please do so. अगर आप अपने cameras on कर सकते हैं तो कर लीजिए ताकि हम interact कर सके. And आप chat में भी एक बार बता दीजिए आप कौन से language में comfortable हैं. Since ये spoken English class है, we'll mostly be communicating in English. So if you have any issues with that, any requests that you have, do share with us on chat. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll quickly introduce this session. I'll quickly introduce what this is about. If you are here for the very first time, so let me give you an idea of what the session looks like. So as a part of the Apna community, we are hosting multiple sessions called exclusives every week. And one such session that we host every week is a spoken English session, which we have Trishna here with us, who's a spoken English coach and has been guiding our community into learning these skills and helping us, improve our skill set, especially when it comes to spoken English. So this is one of such sessions, and I'm sure someone of you must be here for the second time or the third time around. But yeah, if you're for the first time, then this is a spoken English session, and we want to help you people improve your skill set and cover different topics in a 10-part series. I'll not take much more of time here. So over to you, Trishna. Can you please introduce yourself and give a little bit of idea about what the session is about?
Hi everybody, my name is Krishna and this is a spoken English for all session. Uh, Today we are going to be talking about how to answer questions meaningfully. Okay, so that you will do and I will post the questions. We try to make these sessions interactive. So the idea is that you get some skills here or an understanding at least. I mean, skill building is difficult in 1 hour, but at least you get an understanding of how to go about it and how to navigate your English speaking journey. Okay. So I will be speaking in English. Dipanjan will be translating that in Hindi every once in a while. And so before we start off the session, okay, so you know me, my name is Krishna, you know Dipanjan, he's from Apna, I'm from Chitti Coaching. We also want to know about you. So in chat, type in your name, where you're from. If you can tell us what your English level is, are you starting off? Are you comfortable? Are you looking at advanced English? Are you learning for work? Like tell us pretty much anything that you want to. And Dipanjan will be handling all the chat stuff, any technical issues. If he doesn't bring it to my attention, I will not be noticing it, okay? So only Dipanjan voice will register in my brain if there are any technical issues. So please feel free to communicate in chat. Dipanjan will be responding to it mostly. I will look into it at times where I don't have to pay attention to what's happening on the thing. So also let us know where you're from in India. Like what's your first language? So your name, your first language, where are you in English, and a little bit something about you. So basically tell me about yourself. Oh, lovely. Anybody who wants to speak can raise their virtual hand and Dipanjan will call out your name and you can practice your spoken English in a public forum. Just to tell you, it's very brave for you to try. We are not going to judge you on how good or bad your English is. Attempting to talk in a public forum itself is a big thing. So please make use of this opportunity and this platform.
Yeah, I think we have Tirthraj who wants to go ahead. Yeah.
Sure.
Please unmute yourself. Yeah, Tirthraj.
Tirthraj, you have 30 seconds.
Okay, ma'am. First of all, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, my name is Tirthraj Pradhan. I am from Odisha, Bargarh. My first language is Odia, and I am little bit fluent in English, but when comes to the conversation, I am little bit lack due to the lack of environment, speaking environment. So, I want to how to improve my communication skills. That's why I'm here to learn something new about.
Are you taking classes, Tirthraj, or how are you improving your English?
Online classes. Recently, I've joined the online classes.
Okay.
2-month course.
Okay.
And then
how are you finding it so far?
Through the online portal from social media, and then I joined the classes. After that, I'm here to another online classes or some training program.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to try?
Hello, madam.
Who's this?
Hari
Madam.
Krishnan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Madam, I'm Hari Krishnan. I'm from
Hi.
Kerala.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm a BCom graduate.
BCom graduate, okay?
First of all, I would like to thank you for making such a platform.
I'd like to thank you for being here and making
Okay.
this. So platforms are always two-way communication, right? So it works both ways. Two times needed to make the platform sound. So thank you
Madam.
also for being here.
Madam, I'm a BCom graduate. My problem is I can't follow the native speakers, their accent. So how we can improve that?
Okay, so you can type that question out. Dipanjan, can we store this for the Q&A section?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what we will be doing is for the first 1 hour, we will be having a session, and any questions that you have, so please follow along the session. It will give you some value. And if you have any questions outside of that, anything you want to ask at all, either you can hold it for Q&A or type it out in chat and we will take it up in the Q&A section, which will be around 8 o'clock. Is that okay, Hari?
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone else wants to introduce
One
themselves?
more person and then we move.
Yeah, I think we can go ahead with Ratnesh.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Good
good evening. Yeah,
evening.
yeah.
My name is Ratnesh. I am from Uttar Pradesh, Mirzapur. I have lack of confidence about speaking English because in our Uttar Pradesh, nobody speaks English frequently. I have learned English from watching crickets and something from online stuff. But when I start, yeah, when
That's
it
very
comes to
innovative.
speak in interview, I have lack of confidence and lack of words. After interview, I am confident that I will talk. But when it's come to be time, then I will short of words. That's my biggest problem.
Understand. Yeah. So
And
what
thank
are
you
you
for making this
doing?
platform.
Thank you for being here. What are you doing about it?
I have completed my MCOM recently.
No, my question is, what are you
Yeah.
doing about this lack of confidence? Like, how are you trying to improve your English so that you can speak
I'm
better?
trying like watch cricket in English dramas, movie, and some newspapers, articles where I can find something hard words. Then I can speak mirror talking. I do mirror talking for just 1 minute, 2 minutes
Oh,
to
wow.
improve my strength.
Okay. And you're able to understand everything you're watching right now?
Something because it's very new for me now.
Okay.
I have completed my all studies in Hindi, UP
I
board.
see.
That's
I
what
see.
biggest problem for me.
I see. Your name again?
Ratnesh Demla.
Ratnesh. Let's
Yeah.
chat more in the Q&A section, Ratnesh.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
So if
So,
anyone has any personal questions like challenges that they're facing, there's a Q&A section that you can find in the meeting, right? So do add your questions there so that we can pick it up towards the end of the call. And, we don't miss out on any question. Do add the questions there and we'll make sure to pick those up when we are addressing all the questions in one go. Yeah.
absolutely. So fantastic. This is amazing communication. I'm sorry, since this is just a 1.5 hour session, I would love to talk to each and every person, but we're not able to do that because the time is limited. So we will start the session. If you have any thoughts, you want to communicate, please use the chat box. We also try and give opportunities for different people to talk during the session as much as possible. So please follow along and any questions, chat box. Okay. Right. So today's session, we're going to be talking about how to answer questions meaningfully. Okay, so what does that really mean? So sometimes I notice that when we are so there is this whole thing about how we pick up English. So there's a beginner stage, there's an intermediate stage, and there's an advanced stage. So comprehension plays a huge role in whether you can understand the meaning of what is being asked to you. So for example, how many of you know French? Does anybody in here know French? Answer in chat. Anyone knows French? No? No responses? So the thing is, if you don't know French, what happens is suddenly if the session becomes in French, you can hear the words, okay? But you will not be able to understand what is being said. So there'll be no comprehension of the meaning, okay? And therefore, when you're learning a language and when you're trying to speak in that language, the first thing is the ability to understand that language, and that comes first, okay? So, like Ratnesh said, he's able to understand. I'm sure his understanding is a lot better than his ability to speak up. Okay. If you look at babies, they understand what, you tell them you're being naughty and they'll be like, yeah, they look guilty, but they don't have words to speak.
Hello.
They take time.
Testing.
Right. Please keep your mics on mute when it's your turn to talk. You can unmute yourself. Right. So today we want to be focusing on understanding meanings of questions. Okay. So we have some interesting exercises that we're going to do. And then we have a role play. Role play is when we pretend or we play ourselves and then we practice conversation. Okay. So I hope that's going to be of value to you. Okay. Also, we're going to be focusing on English. So if anybody has job-related questions, interview-related questions, anything that strikes your mind and it falls outside the scope of what we're doing today, please do write it in the chat box. Dipanjan is on sidelines watching out for these questions and he will answer them for you. Okay, so you get value.
Trishna, sorry to interrupt. Just one thing. I think the audio is an issue. Is there anything that we can do to maybe improve that? I think some
You
people,
can't hear me very clearly.
yeah, some people are having issues with the audio.
Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yeah, I am able to hear you clearly. I think people who are not using a headphone might have an issue.
Yeah, so I think last time also we faced this issue.
Yeah.
I think most people are able to hear. So what we can do is they'll have to refer to the video later on, unfortunately.
Correct. Okay.
So
Yeah,
unless it's a universal problem, I think it might be at their end.
Yeah.
more than mine.
Sure. Okay.
All right. All right. So let's jump in. Okay. So I'm going to say, Dipanjan, I need your help.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to ask you a question, or let's take a volunteer, let somebody get practice. Okay. We need a volunteer. Raise of hands who would like to practice the English a little bit online.
अगर कोई practice करना चाहे, anyone who wants to practice, please raise your hand. We can give you an opportunity to be a volunteer.
We have Ratnesh and then who else?
Krishna. Let's give Krishna a chance, maybe. Krishna.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do that. We're going to try and see if as many people get an opportunity to talk. So nothing personal, but you've spoken before. We'll try and pick up somebody new. If there is nobody new, then you may get a repeat chance.
Yeah. Krishna, you
Krishna.
can unmute yourself.
Good evening, Krishna. I think I'm calling on my own name.
Okay. No problem. Let's try Sunil then. Sunil, अगर आप बोलना चाहते हैं तो आप unmute कर लीजिए. Sunil, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, Sunil.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. Okay, wonderful. Nice to meet you. So where are you from?
Actually, ma'am, I am from Uttar Pradesh.
Sorry, Uttar Pradesh.
UP, yes.
Okay.
And I am working in Gujarat company.
You're working where?
Yes. Yes.
You're working
Actually,
where, sir?
I am working in Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. Which company?
Yes. Caption Resource Corporation.
I can't hear you.
Caption Resource Corporation.
Capture Resource Corporation.
Yes, Caption.
Caption.
Caption, yes.
Okay. And what is it?
Actually, madam, I am not actually I am hesitating in English spoken, but I understand all the words what are you saying, and basic problem is I am not communicate properly in English, but I read and write, but speaking is very difficult.
So,
How can I?
Yeah.
How can I improve myself?
So, Sunil, first of all, so this is for everybody else. Please observe this conversation because I'm going to ask questions. Okay. And we are going to learn something from the conversation that Sunil and I are having. Okay. Please observe and absorb it. Okay. So, Sunil, first of all, your communication is not bad. Okay. You are, with whatever English you have, you're communicating well because you're able to answer my questions. You're able to ask me questions. So we are communicating.
Yes.
Okay. So your communication is not bad, but your pronunciation needs work.
Pronunciations.
Yes.
Pronunciations.
So for example, when you say caption, you said caption.
Caption.
Yeah, so that is pronunciation. So when your pronunciation is not correct, okay, you will feel as if you're not speaking English well.
Yes.
And you're not communicating. Okay, so your communication is okay, but your pronunciation needs work.
Yes.
Okay, we will discuss.
I work on the pronunciation of every word. What are you saying? I
Yes.
think, but I have problem myself. I suppose that this is particular particular things I say. I don't pronounce instantly. What we can do is work out. What workout we do instant pronunciation generates on my tongue.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Sunil. And I would like to take this up. Can you make a note of that, Sunil, and bring it up in the Q&A section? Dipanjan, that's a very valid question. So let's take it up in Q&A. If
Yeah, yeah.
you'd be kind enough to remind me on that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Sunil, for this opportunity and having this conversation with me. I would love to address your questions. We will take it up later during the session. Okay. So
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. So,
Can you please send me some answer? My question I will get you. Can you send me an answer regarding this?
can I send you what?
I said you send me an answer to my personally for me.
Yes, I will answer your question in the Q&A section. Okay, for sure.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so you noticed, so we had a communication with Sunil and I asked him questions and he answered, and he asked me questions and I answered. Okay. So did you notice anything about the pitch? What happened to the pitch while I was asking the question, and what happened to the pitch when I was answering the question? Anyone? Dipanjan, can you translate that in Hindi?
या जब ये हम बात हो रहा था तो किसी ने पिच के बारे में नोटिस किया, लाइक पिच इन द सेंस यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द वॉइस, राइट?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
करेक्ट.
I'm fine.
सो लाइक हम किस प्रकार से हम इस चीज़ों को बात करते हैं, चीज़ों को मेंशन करते हैं, बोलते हैं, तो हमारा जो वॉइस होता है, वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन होता है या फिर टोन होता है, उस पे भी चीज़ें डिपेंड होती हैं. तो अगर किसी ने नोटिस किया हो कुछ चीज़ें स्पेसिफिकली कॉन्वर्सेशन में तो आप ज़रूर बताइए.
So basically, if you notice, one way, so how do you identify? Yeah, not actually, you have to notice that. So in English, how do you identify that somebody is asking you a question? Okay. So one way to identify that somebody is asking a question is when you hear the pitch go up. Okay. What's your name? Where are you from? I'm from Bangalore. I live in Sanjay Nagar. Right. I have, what have you studied? I've studied MA. Can you hear that? So these are called intonations. So one way to identify, one way to know that somebody is asking you a question in voice. So people are not going to be like, how are you, question mark. Right? This is going to be like, how are you? So how are you? I'm fine. Okay. Right. Next, any idea how else do you identify a question?
Like facial expressions, maybe.
Words.
Yeah.
Dipanjan, you're supposed to keep quiet.
Yeah, sure.
You are my last resort. Okay, nobody answers, then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, who else wants to try? Anybody? So what are the question words in English? Anybody wants to attempt?
हम जब क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तो कौन से वर्ड्स हैं जो हम यूज करते हैं, ये आप बताइए पहले, अगर किसी को भी पता है तो. So one thing that I'd like to mention to everyone ki don't hesitate to give a wrong answer, but do give answers. Try it out, because when you make mistakes, that's when you learn. So either you mention it in the chat or you unmute yourself, but do participate in the conversation so that it can be an important thing where people can learn. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to the question as you asked. Like why, when, where, these are the things where we use for the question. Is it correct?
Very much. So there are particular words in English that we use to ask questions. So what, when, why, how. We say did you, are you. Okay, so intonation and words. That's another way that you identify somebody is asking you a question. Okay. So somebody wants to try intonation exercise. Subhashish, do you want to try?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Can you read out what is there on the screen? Now remember, when you're asking a question, your intonation needs to go up. Okay. So try the first.
Yeah, didn't get. Please, once again, pardon.
Okay. Read out the first thing on your screen.
Okay, what is this? Ma'am, I couldn't see anything.
You
Yeah,
can't see
it is.
any.
Yeah, okay, fine. So I am Shubhashish Majumdar. So what is this? Really?
No, read it out. You don't have to answer the question. Read it out.
Okay, fine. So, what is your name? Really?
Okay. Wait. Okay. So when you said what is your name, do you notice name?
Yeah.
Okay. Now try it. This is an interesting one. Read the next line.
Yeah, really?
Next. Really is written
Really?
twice.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
So really,
yeah,
really.
really.
Can you see the difference?
Yes.
There was an earthquake in Indonesia. Really, really. Yeah. So one is
Yes.
an answer, one is a question. Okay? When somebody says really, like yeah, it happens.
Mm.
Try
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah. How about that?
Hmm.
How about that? Oh, how about that?
You got it. Good job. Next one.
Yeah. Could you? Could you?
You could.
You could. Sorry, I forgot. Oh, would you? For sure.
Can you make out the difference, Subhashish?
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
There's a
Tone
difference.
or yeah. So while speaking, that voice modulation would be there, like expression. Yeah.
Correct. So that voice modulation is called intonation in English.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody got it? One more person. Anyone wants to try?
I think Ratnesh wanted to go ahead. Ratnesh, do you want to
Ratnesh
try?
will give him another chance. I have another stuff. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to try? Any other volunteer? Sunil.
Yeah. Sunil also will reserve for the next one.
Yeah, okay. Anyone else, guys? I think everyone should take an opportunity to go ahead. Don't hesitate. आप try कर सकते हैं unmute करके अपना hand raise करके. Yeah, Rosie, I think you want to go ahead. Rosie, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi. So I'll start.
Yeah.
What is your name? Really? Really? How about that? How about that? Could
No,
you?
can you how about that? Can you try again?
How about that? How about that? Could you? You could. Would you? For sure.
Can you make out the difference?
Yes.
So those of you who are on mute, what you can do is while I transition to the next one, just take like 30 seconds and practice it on your own. Mute yourself and practice it on. Try that. Dipanjan, I think next time we should have some music in pauses like this.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of music is popular, like in these kind of sessions, in your experience?
I haven't tried out using
Yeah.
music ever, but yeah, we can do some background thing
Yeah.
like we usually have on Slack, like the jazz and all, right? Background music, so we can put that. Yeah.
So one good way of learning English is actually listening to music. Do you know that?
Yeah.
In English. It's fun. Okay, lovely. All right, moving on. So I hope you got your practice. The best way, what you can do when you do your practice also is record your voice and listen to yourself. Okay. So, okay, Ratnesh, I have a, what happened? Okay, Ratnesh, I have a exercise for you since you wanted to volunteer. Yeah, unmute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So everyone, so sometimes questions in English, it's very important to pay attention to the meaning. Okay. So when you want to understand the meaning of a question, one is you need to know the words of the question, and also you need to know whether it is a literal question, which means that what a person is asking and what it means is the same thing, or what they're asking and what it means is different. Okay. So now, Ratnesh, can you read out the first thing on the screen, please?
I'm not able to see anything.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, just can you shift your screens? I think there is a, you'll be able to see a PPT that is shared.
I'm not able to see.
Try rotating your screen like from portrait to landscape, and you will be able to zoom in.
No.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll copy paste it for him. Yeah, I've put it in chat. Can you read that, please?
Ma'am, can I read one?
Who's this?
Ma'am, Makarani Gulam Rasul from
Yeah.
Himmatnagar.
Yeah, Gulam Rasul. We will next person, okay? Since Ratnesh is at it, next one.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, can you lend me a hand
Okay,
as
what does
we
that?
can lend your hand?
Yeah, can you lend me your hand? What does that mean?
It means someone is asking to lend your hand on this hand.
So take out my hand and give it to you. Is that what it means?
No, he's asking to me to do this now.
Or he is asking you to take out your hand and give it to him. Like you want to chop your hand
Yeah.
and give it to someone else?
Yeah.
No, that's not what it means. This is not a
He
literal
wants help.
meaning. Who's that?
Sort of.
Yeah, Saurabh. What does it mean?
It means that he wants help from you.
Correct. Yeah. So this is the words that are being used. It's not a literal meaning. It means something else. That's right.
Yeah.
Gulam, can you read out what's the next one?
Yeah, ma'am. Do you want to go for a walk?
No. Same thing. Can you lend me a hand versus there's another question.
Can you lend me a hand? Can you lend
Grenades.
me a head grenade?
Hand grenade.
Hand grenade.
What does that mean?
Ma'am, can you lead me a hand? Can you give me your hand like that, ma'am?
No.
Can you lead me a hand grenade?
What does that mean?
Ma'am, it means, ma'am, can you guide me for something like that?
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Anybody wants to try? What does it mean? Can you lend me a hand grenade? What's a hand grenade?
It's bomb.
Bomb. That's right, Rosie. Grenade is a bomb. So somebody is saying, can you give me a bomb?
Grenade, man. It is.
Grenade.
Yeah.
Not granite. Granite is a flooring.
Yeah, granite is the flooring, ma'am.
Yeah, this is not granite. This is grenade.
Grenade, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can't confuse grenade and granite. You'll be in trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else wants to try the next question? Saurabh, you want to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to go for a walk?
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to walk the plank?
Okay, so do you want to go for a walk? Does it have a literal meaning or an implied meaning?
Literal meaning.
Okay. And do you want to walk the plank? What does it mean?
It could be that there is a plan where you want to work on that plan.
Okay, that's a literal meaning, but it has another
Yeah,
meaning.
yeah, I
It
was
has
thinking
a
of that also. Yeah.
Yeah, it has another meaning. You guys, everybody, you are required to cheat in my classes, which means that you can use Google freely. If you're on a system, then you can open another window and Google all these questions very, very quickly, and you're welcome to post those answers. Okay, so will you walk the plank would actually mean that, so in ships, like pirates, they keep a plank over there, and when somebody doesn't adhere to ship's rules, they actually make a person walk the plank and jump into the sea, so basically kill them, right? So it has a very different meaning. All right, so I'm seeing some chat messages saying that they are not able to follow the class. So what we're trying to do is trying to make you understand that you need to understand the meaning of the questions that you're going to answer. So if you can't understand the meaning of the question, then if you answer it, then your answer will not be meaningful, right? So Saurabh, will you want to go for a walk or will you want to walk the plank? What's your preference?
I would like to go for a walk.
Okay, all right.
Ma'am, I found it that the other meaning of do you want to walk the plank is that you have to you have been resigned, forcefully resigned.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so the different ways of saying it is basically it's used in various situations, right? Um, the Panjan, there's a person called Vishwesandra. No, sorry, who's that? Sunil, please Google it. Um, some people are saying they're not able to follow Dipanjan. Can you
Yeah.
look into that, please?
Yeah, sure. अगर आपको लैंग्वेज की वजह से प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, लाइक इंग्लिश आप फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो प्राइमरीली हमारा गोल ये होगा कि ये सेशन हम चाहते हैं कि लोग इंग्लिश में कम्युनिकेट करें. आप फॉलो करने की कोशिश कीजिए, समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. हमारे पुराने वीडियोस भी हैं जो आप रेफर कर सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं. एंड एटलीस्ट क्वेश्चंस का आंसर आप अगर चाहो तो हिंदी में भी दे सकते हो, लेकिन प्राइमरीली हमारा टारगेट ये रहेगा कि आप इंग्लिश को अपना प्रैक्टिस करें एंड एटलीस्ट समझिए चीज़ें क्या हो रही है. एंड सिंस ये स्पोकन इंग्लिश क्लास है, हम ये हिंदी में पूरा नहीं करेंगे, बट बीच बीच में अगर कुछ डिफिकल्ट चीज़ें हैं तो वो मैं ट्रांसलेट करता रहूँगा.
One more volunteer who wants to try. Rosie, you want to give it a shot?
I think
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Who's that? Sorry, Dipanjan.
I think Karthi also wanted to try.
Oh yeah, okay. Rosie, we'll go with Karthi. Let's give them a chance, and then we'll come back to you. Yeah. Yes, Karthi, go ahead.
Karthi, you can unmute yourself. आप unmute करके बोल सकते हैं.
Yep, Karthi, please read what is there on the screen.
You're not audible if you're saying.
Sir, where can I get in the complete videos?
We'll be posting these videos on the Apna community itself, so you'll be able to find those recordings there. I'll share
Okay,
the
sir.
links to the community so you can join those communities, and we'll be sharing the videos there soon.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Ratnesh, you're my backup plan, okay? If nobody contributes, I'll call out your name. So Rosie, Ratnesh are backups.
So, shall I read now?
I'm waiting for Karthi. Dipanjan, should we
Yeah,
wait for Karthi?
Yeah, I think there's an issue with our audio, so let's go ahead with someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Rosie. Can you read the first one?
Okay. Would you like to grab a bite to eat?
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you want to go out for food? So,
Okay.
both of them means the same.
Same thing. How would you
Yeah.
answer that, Rosie?
Sorry?
How would you answer that? Do you want to go out for food?
Yeah, I love to join you.
You'd love to tell me. What would you want to have for dinner?
Yes.
No, my question was, what would you like to have?
For dinner?
Yeah.
anything healthy, be it, I would like to have anything healthy. So I love to join you and have something healthy place we can go for a dinner.
Okay. So what Rosie did here is so this is why it's very important to listen, okay, to the question very, very carefully. So Rosie was in a track, and then when I said, what would you like to have? And then she was like, okay, why am I going out for dinner now? Right? So it's very important to pay attention to the question that is being asked. And when you pay attention, you can understand the meaning and then answer the question in a relevant way. So, relevant way in the sense it needs to be meaningful. Like if I'm asking you what is your name and you say my dog's name is, Buddy. Like, okay, disconnected conversation, right? All right. So that's the whole point here. Ratnesh, you want to try the next one?
Yeah.
Read it, please.
I'm not seeing anything. You have to post in comments.
Ratnesh. You have to when you log on to these, please get onto a system where you can see PPT. Okay, you miss out on a lot.
Yeah. My laptop is not charged today. That's why I joined.
So next
Are you
time.
ready to hit the road? Are you prepared to leave?
Do they mean the same thing or different?
I think this both are different.
Anyone? Are these two questions the meaning the same or is it different? You guys can respond in chat.
Hello, madam.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. You can read the
Ma'am,
next
my
one.
name is Mahi Hasmal.
Mahi. Okay. Yeah. Can you read the next one? Okay, all of you, please respond. Is it the same meaning or different meaning while we read the next one? Mahi, can you read the next question?
Ma'am, which one? Ma'am, which one?
Third one.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Yes, is everything all right with you?
Yeah. Does it mean the same thing or is it different? Mahi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so do these questions mean the same thing or are they different?
Ma'am, same meaning.
Correct. Yeah. So I have news for all of you. All the questions on this slide mean the same thing. Okay, so the first question is the same as the second question. The words used are very different, but the meaning is the same. Okay. Okay. Who wants to try? Karti, are you audible now?
I think Navita also wanted to try. Navita, if you're
Yeah,
there on
let's
the
do
call.
that. Yeah, let's do Navita.
Navita, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Read the first one, please.
Need a hand.
What does that mean, Navita?
What, ma'am?
Do you know the meaning? Need a hand. What does it mean?
Navita, you're on mute if you're saying something.
Need a hand. Implied question. Do you need help?
So need a hand, when somebody asks you need a hand in English, they're not asking you if they can give you, chop the hand off and give it to you. They're asking you if they can help you in some way. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So there are a lot of terminologies in English this way. People say something, but they mean something else entirely. And this is something that you need to start learning the moment you are in intermediate 2 level. Okay. For beginners, if you're just starting off learning English, focus on literal meanings. not on implied meanings. Okay, these are implied meanings. So we say something else, it means something else entirely. Okay, you will get confused. If you're an intermediate learner, level 2, so intermediate has level 1, level 2, beginner has level 1, level 2, advanced has level 1, level 2. By the time you reach intermediate level 2, you should start looking at all the words, idioms, phrases, questions that we say something else and we mean something else. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to try? Dipanjan, any hands?
Yeah, Karthi, you can go ahead. You can unmute yourself. Do you want to try, Karthi? You can unmute yourself and speak.
Karthi is MIA today.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
What does MIA mean? Anybody know? Missing in action. All right.
Yeah.
These are fun part of English where a lot of short forms are used, and a lot of beginners actually miss out on the meaning when advanced speakers and native speakers start using these short forms, implied meanings, and things like that. Yeah, so then that becomes difficult. No problem, Karthi, next time. Okay, you can practice it on your own, record the audio, load it on the apps, and then you will see it. All right. So let's do one thing. So now that you understand what questions are and the fact that they can have different meanings, let's actually take the next 10 minutes and, you try and ask some questions to get to know a person and they will answer those questions for you. So 2 people who want to try a conversation. Anyone wants to try? Dipanjan, there's...
Yeah, Musharrat wants to go ahead, I think. Yeah, please
Hi,
go.
Mushrat.
You're on mute if you're saying something. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, Mushrat.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, lovely. Anyone else wants to try?
Yes, ma'am. मुझे इंग्लिश समझ में तो सब आता है बट बोलने में नहीं आता है.
Okay, you try now. So when you have to get to know someone, there are some fixed questions you can ask. Can you tell me what are the questions you can ask somebody if you're meeting them for the first time?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what are the questions you'll ask them? Do you understand my question?
Yes, ma'am.
What will you ask somebody when you meet them for the first time?
Introduction.
Yeah, what will you, so you make questions. What are the questions you will ask them? Okay, I'll give you questions. You have to read them out and somebody will answer you. Yes, Aman, you can try. I think Aman wants to try the
Yeah.
Can you
Aman,
help
आप unmute करके बोल सकते हैं. Aman, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Ratnesh, please help with questions for Mushrat so that she can ask. What are the questions she can ask? Please in chat, everybody, community, please help Mushrat. So she is supposed to ask Aman questions to get to know him better. Okay. And
Okay.
she's meeting him for the first time on
Yes, ma'am.
on this platform of Apna. We're doing this, so she can ask him. So yeah, suggestions are coming in. So Rosie has a good suggestion. What is your name? What is your
Yes.
qualification? What do you do?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you from?
Yeah, Saurabh, please type in your questions so that Rosie Mushrat can ask. Please type in.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Musharat Ban. I'm from Ajmer,
No,
Rajasthan.
don't answer. You have to ask Aman the question.
Okay.
Okay, Aman will answer you.
ठीक. Okay.
Okay, Aman.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Good evening.
yes, sir. Good evening.
Where are you from?
I'm from Indore.
From
Indore.
Indore. Okay. So Aman, Mushrat is going to ask you questions, and you have to understand and answer her. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, Mushat, you have a lot of suggestions in chat. You can pick anyone and ask. You can ask Aman any 5 questions. Okay? Go ahead.
मुर्शिदात, आप सवाल चैट से देख के पूछ सकती हैं। एक बार आप सवाल देख लीजिए चैट में जो है, एंड वो सवाल आप अमन से पूछ सकती हैं। मतलब आप पूछेंगे तो अमन जवाब दे सकते हैं उनका। आपको चैट में क्वेश्चंस दिख रहे हैं?
Yes, yes, sir.
या आप वो सवाल पूछिए।
Okay.
Dipanjan, can you tell her that she has to ask Aman the questions and Aman will answer?
या आप वो सवाल पूछिए एंड अमन वो जवाब देंगे। तो जैसे पहला क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज योर नेम, तो आप पहले पूछिए फिर अमन जवाब देंगे।
Take any question, Mushrat.
मुशरत, कोई दिक्कत है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है आपको?
No, don't type, Mushrat. You have to talk. Dipanjan, can you tell
हाँ,
her that
आपको
she's just...
पूछना है, आप माइक में पूछिए, मतलब बोलिए आप ये चीज, आप टाइप मत कीजिए। जो चैट में है ना वो देख के आप कुछ क्वेश्चंस रीड आउट कीजिए और पूछिए।
What is your name? Ask him how about you? What is your qualification?
एक एक करके करते हैं ताकि वो जवाब भी दे सके। हाँ
Okay.
हाँ हाँ, ओके। सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज योर नेम? या
What is your name?
Aman,
My
you
name
respond.
What is your
My
name?
name is Saman from North.
Ask him how about you?
Okay, one more question, Mushrat. Try.
Ask him how about you?
Any other question?
What is your qualification?
Aman?
My qualification is BCom final year first year.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mushrat. So basically, Dipanjan, translate for me.
Yeah.
Mushrat, you will have to practice talking. Okay. Like
Yes,
you
ma'am.
literally have to use the words, then you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you translate that?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
Mush-
understand me, Mushrat, or do you want Dipanjan to translate?
Okay.
आपको समझ में आया या मैं एक बार ट्रांसलेट कर दूं हिंदी में?
Yes, translate कर दीजिए सर एक बार।
हाँ, सो देखिए मुशरत, आपको समझ में तो चीजें आ रही हैं लेकिन आपको बोलना थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है?
बिल्कुल सर,
हाँ
यही
तो
मेरी क्वायरी थी।
राइट, मतलब आप हेजिटेट मत कीजिए, गलती करेंगे तभी वो सही होगा, बट ठीक है। बट आप थोड़ा बोलने का प्रैक्टिस करेंगे ना तो आई थिंक तब थोड़ा इम्प्रूव होगा ये चीजें।
Okay, sir.
या
Okay. Okay, Aman is there to answer questions. Anyone else? Jatin, you want to try asking him questions? Aman is getting bored. He's sitting on the hot seat. Nobody is asking him anything.
Yeah, Ratnesh, go ahead. I think Ratnesh wants to try for a very long time. Yeah, so Ratnesh.
Yeah, go ahead, Ratnesh.
So whom I have to ask?
Aman.
yeah.
So Aman is basically somebody that you're meeting for the first time,
Yeah.
and you have to get to know a little bit about him. So you have to ask him questions so that he can answer your questions. Okay.
Okay.
Aman, you have to understand what Ratnesh is asking you, and you have to answer meaningfully. Okay, wrong English is fine, broken English is fine, pronunciation, if it's not okay, that's also fine, no problem. But it has to like meaningful. So if he's asking a question, your answer should be answering that question. Okay, can you do that?
Hello.
Aman, can you do
Hello.
that? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and if you don't understand the question, you have to ask for clarification. So you have to say, I didn't understand the question. Can you please explain? Okay. Can you do that?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Go for it, Ratnesh.
Hello, ma'am. What is your name? Aman. You have understand
My
this?
name is Aman.
Okay, that's cool. Where are you from?
Yes, I am from Indore.
Oh, that's great. What is the highest qualification you have completed?
Sorry.
What is your highest qualification you have completed?
Highest qualification is 12.
Aman, your voice is not clear. Can you repeat that once
Yeah.
again?
My highest qualification is 12 completed.
Okay, 12th completed. Okay, okay.
Okay, that sounds good. Are you fresher or are you currently working?
I am currently working
Oh, like which trade you are working? Finance, anything else? Pharma? Can you brief me?
data entry.
Okay, that's great. What about the data entries you have done in the recent days? Because I'm very curious about data entries.
I'll manage a government project in data entry.
Okay, okay, that sounds good. Anything else that you want to ask me?
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Aman, Ratnesh is, okay, so Ratnesh, Aman, Ratnesh has flipped the coin. Okay, so now the baton is passed to you and you can start asking questions now. So
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I did. I think he's feeling something sinus or something. That's why he is not answering properly. So I can answer him.
Okay. Karthi, is
He's
your
my
mic
teacher
on?
now.
Karthi, is your mic
Now
working? One second. Ratnesh. Karthi, is your mic working now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is working. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to answer, Aman?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Somebody has their
someone is
lot of
talking, I
background
think.
noise. Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Karthi
Hello?
is a culprit of
Yes, ma'am.
background
Yes, ma'am.
noise.
I'm not culprit, ma'am.
All right, Aman, you can, Ratnesh, thank you so much. Let Aman ask the questions. Karthi is online. He's going to answer the questions. Go ahead,
Okay,
Aman.
ma'am.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Aman, you have to talk to Karthi and get to know him a little. Go ahead.
Hello, hello,
Yeah, Karthi, we can hear
Hello?
you. Yeah, we can hear you.
hello, hello. Oh, okay,
Hello.
sir. Hello.
Anyone else?
Hi, bro.
Okay. Go ahead,
Hello,
Aman.
hello. Hello. What is your name, bro?
My name is Aman Sugnani.
What is your name?
My name is Aman Sugnani.
Karthi, you're supposed to answer questions. Karthi? Is he there?
Yeah, I think there's an issue. We'll probably go ahead with someone else. I think that would be
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to try? Aman, thank you
Hello.
so much for trying. That was wonderful. For making
ma'am.
that attempt. Let's give somebody else a chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else wants to try?
Anyone apart from Ratnesh, please. Yeah. Ratnesh, I think you have had a fair chance. Let's see if anyone else wants to go ahead. आप अपना hand raise कर सकते हैं अगर कोई भी interested है तो.
Karthi, your technical issues is like, very challenging for the forum.
I would like to try.
Yeah, Saurav and Mehboob maybe. Dipanjan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Saurav and Mehboob. No problem, Karthi. Fix it next time when you join. Then it helps. It's helpful. No need to be sorry.
So I have to ask questions or answer them.
So you have to ask questions to Mehboob and Mehboob will answer. Mehboob, are you online?
Mehboob, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So, what is your name?
Hello, I'm Mehboob Bash.
And where are you from?
I am from Kurnool, which is in Andhra Pradesh state.
Sort of don't make it sound like an interview. This is like you're getting to know him on an informal forum. Everybody's taken on the HR role and started interviewing the other person. Mehboob will run away from this session like this. Please don't scare our participants.
Okay, okay. Sorry. So, how is the weather over there, Karnool?
Yeah, here right now I'm in Bangalore.
Okay.
Yeah, here I feel like cool weather. How?
They're nice. And
Yes.
how was your day? Did you do something interesting today?
No, I did something good, like just like I go outside.
Okay. So
Yes.
you are
What
working,
about you?
right? Yeah, I was also, I mean, I didn't also do anything interesting, but no, it was a normal day.
Okay.
I woke up at the morning and just normal day, yeah. Nothing interesting.
Okay.
So you are working or a student?
Yes, I'm a student. I'm looking for a job.
Okay. And
What about you?
yeah, same here. I'm also
Oh,
a student, and
where
currently I'm in my
I forgot.
fourth year.
Yes. Where are you from? I forgot it to ask.
Yeah, I'm from Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad.
Okay, nice.
So
How was
because
your studies going on?
Yeah, the studies are fine. I'm also looking for a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, both of you. I think this is start of a lovely conversation. These guys are getting to know each other, and then next thing they'll be deciding how to do trekking and camping or something like that from the way conversation is going. Right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody. That was like, it takes a lot of courage to. Yes, Karthi, I have something very interesting planned for you. Wait. So, uh, you see, it takes a lot of courage to come online in a public forum like this and feel comfortable talking. Okay. And if you've noticed, when you're comfortable talking, automatically you speak meaningfully. Okay. So this is something that I wanted to emphasize during this session is we focus too much on whether we sound correct or not, whether we're using grammar correctly or not. Okay. That's very important and we must learn that at some point. Okay. But when it comes to learning any new language or learning anything, we need to enjoy the process and make a lot of mistakes. Okay. And that's the fun ride of it, because we don't know, we're clumsy, we make mistakes. You know how kids do that? They make a lot of mistakes. Is that bad? Like when they make mistakes? No, right? It's cute, right?
So
So,
that's good, actually.
yes,
We will
yeah.
learn from it.
We will learn from it. The more important thing is we need to enjoy ourselves learning anything new, especially a language, especially if it's a language like English, because it's a discovery channel. Okay, and you discover so many things when you learn it for itself. And when you start doing that, automatically your fluency, your performance will improve. Like the more you engage with it with joy, okay, automatically it will start to improve your language skills. And before you know it, you will be better whether you take classes or not. For those of you who want to improve your English a little bit more systematically, I would advise you to start taking some classes because as adults, we are hesitant to kind of uh, jump into the sea, as you call it, right? So jump into the sea doesn't mean you go to the cliff and jump into the sea. It means that you just like open yourself to English and then you just start using it, like just like kids do. As adults, we are like, we want to know what it looks like. Did I speak correctly or not? Did it have meaning or not? And because we have that mindset, it's important that classes will help. Okay, so Judge your English level, take classes according to that. Okay. All right. So, Karthi, since you are so enthusiastic, you have a question to answer. Okay. So, what is the takeaway from this entire session till now, whatever we have done? I hope you were listening because you couldn't talk. I hope you've been listening. Karthi?
Hello. Hello.
Ratnesh, you can answer. Please type your question, answer in the chat box. This is for everybody. What was your takeaway? What learnings did you get? What is the first thing that you need to do to answer a question meaningfully? What was your takeaway from today's class? Please answer in the chat box. Ratnesh is quiet whenever he wants to speak, and then when we ask him, Dipanjan, he is quiet. Either technical issues or he's not able to speak. Ratnesh, are you there or not?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, please answer the question. What was your learning? You were listening to the whole session, right?
Yes, my biggest learning is I have to work on my grammar and pronunciation because my mistake is very in there.
Okay. From this
And I have to
session,
build a confidence.
from this
First, I
session,
have to start new people, we go to knowing him and start talking them.
Mhm.
Like I hesitate when I see person, so I have to do this first of all.
Okay.
Meeting new peoples. I
So
know
that's
I will make
Ratnesh.
mistake, but it's okay. When I start playing cricket, nobody can hit six in a first ball. You have to face the ball. You have to know the baller like this. I have to start anything from scratch. That's what my biggest takeaway from this session.
So basically, the whatever English level you have an ability to understand some amount of English. You have the ability to speak. Okay.
Yeah.
The more you exercise that muscle, the stronger it becomes.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else? What was your takeaway from today's session? What did you learn today? Yes, Aman.
Hello.
What did you learn today?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Ma'am, I learn about hesitation, fight, fight to hesitation.
I think he's saying how can we like overcome hesitation?
Thank you. I'll answer that in the Q&A section.
Yep.
This time I'm asking the question, you answer. Then you ask the question and I will answer. Okay. We'll get there soon. Okay, so today's takeaway. So the reason why we did the session this way is because what I try and do in my sessions is try to give you a practical experience of speaking English rather than give you knowledge. Okay, knowledge you can find on internet. There's a lot of information about grammar, pronunciation, etc. But the thing is, how do you apply these concepts in day-to-day life? Okay. So one of the basic learning today, if you could take away that, is that first of all, when you're listening, you need to identify that you're being asked a question. Okay, somebody is talking to you and somebody is asking you a question, which I think everybody is very good at in this community, right, Dipanjan? Like, I don't think anybody was confused that they were being asked a question. They
Correct.
know that they're being asked a question and they need to answer it. So,
Hello.
good job, everyone. The second thing is you need to, so once you understand that you're being asked a question, the second thing that you need to understand is what is that other person asking you? Okay. So you need to know the meanings of words and you need to know whether the question is a literal question. So if they're asking you to give you a hand, give me a hand, are they literally asking you to chop your hand and give it to them? or they're asking for your help, right? You have to know the difference. And so you have to know the meaning. Once you know the meaning, then you'll have a response. Okay. Now, if somebody says, "Can you help me?" you may not know how to reply in English.
Help me.
Yeah, you may not know how to reply in English. You will say, it depends on how do you reply in Hindi. If I say help me,
Uh, you're
respond to me
asking,
in Hindi.
हाँ
I'm
मदद
asking
कर,
you,
या मदद कीजिए.
no. I'm asking you to, I'll ask you in English. You reply to me in Hindi.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Dipanjan, can you help me?
Talk in English.
हाँ जरूर जरूर.
So what did Dipanjan do here?
Talk in
Dipanjan understood what I asked him in English. He had a correct response, but he maybe this time his English is suspended because I asked him to. And in Hindi, he answered correctly. Okay, this is called meaningful answering. Okay, Dipanjan, can you answer the same question in English? Okay.
Yeah.
Dipanjan, what time is it right now?
It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So we
Yeah.
need to get into Q&A, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So now he spoke in English. Okay, so there is a process here that's happening. I'm understanding, I'm speaking. He's understanding, he's hearing those words, he's understanding it, then he has a reply. Then he can reply in Hindi or English. Right? And both are correct. There's nothing wrong. Right? Both are correct. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, clear.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So please communicate meaningfully, make a lot of mistakes, enjoy your English journey, and we will be opening up for Q&A. Please type in your questions. The older questions people have, we can take them up now. Dipanjan, you want me to take down the screen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think the very first question was from Ratnesh. He wanted to understand like how he can improve his spoken English. He had hesitations with the right words, which doesn't come into play, right? Ratnesh, if you're on call, आप भी एक बार question फिर से पूछ सकते हैं, and then better clarification.
Yeah,
हो जाए. Yeah.
सेम चीज जो आपने बोली मैंने भी वही पूछा था.
Please ask in English if you can. If you cannot, please ask in Hindi. I will reply in English, and if you can't understand, Dipanjan will translate it for you.
I asked, how can I do this? When I go to interviews, I hesitate to answer. When I back from interview, I don't hesitate.
Okay, so basically, first thing that you need to do is check what your level of English is. So we all have different
Oh,
level
I think
of.
your network.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ratnesh,
Now I can hear you. Yes. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, Ratnesh. So basically, the first thing that you need to do is identify what your level of English is. Are you like at a beginning level, intermediate level, advanced level? My guess would be you're an intermediate level. There's a website called buzu.com. You can go there, take a test and it will grade you. And so if you're at an intermediate level, what you can do to prepare for interviews, which I will be making a post on, is that you kind of get the common questions and answers, written down, and you kind of practice them as much as you can, ideally in front of the mirror or in a role play. Okay.
Yeah, I do this mirror talking.
Yeah, so you practice it as a role play as well. Like catch hold of a friend and ask them to ask you these questions, and you answer them.
My friends are not too educated. That's just the biggest problem.
Yeah, so you have a lot of online forums. You go to something called meetup.com. Okay, you'll find forums where they practice English, and you can get onto one of these meetups. Dipanjan, does Apna have any forum right now, or are we planning to create a forum where people can practice their English?
Yeah, it's currently in process. I mean, it's not for primarily just English. We're primarily building something where people can connect with each other and have practice for interviews, but it'll still take some time. Like we are in the early stages of experimentation, see how many people actually need it. So yeah, if we feel a use case, we'll be creating something for this.
Yeah, so Ratnesh, one is you can go to meetup.com. Okay.
Yeah, I will surely go.
there are a lot of meetups there where people do language exchange. Look for English and then you can practice in English there. So you can find a partner or a friend there who can, work with you to practice. Also look out for this interview thing in Apna. I'm sure they will have an English section as well in it, and you can participate in that as well. I think that should help you build your confidence. But do prepare. Also, if you're an intermediate learner, it would also mean that you would need your foundation skills to be sorted out in English.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have to make a note. Then I have to repeat this question again and again.
Done? I didn't understand.
I think I have to make a notebook where I can write these questions and answer separately to myself. That is the biggest thing, I think.
Correct. Yeah. Please do that. Write it down. And then once you see what happens with writing as a skill is that you can get your thoughts organized and you have time to
Yeah.
do that. When you speak, you don't have time. You have to do it very quickly.
Yes,
So
yes.
anything that you need to speak as a presentation, you can always practice putting your thoughts together and write it
Yeah.
down first, then practice that, speaking. So you'll get more fluency, at least in those areas for now. Then you
Yeah.
also need to take classes and things like that and improve your English from intermediate to advanced. That's also
Yeah.
something for that you need guidance.
Yes, I need guidance. I have to some search this online stuff,
Yeah.
webinars. I will doing this. Thank you for this valuable feedback.
Welcome.
Yeah, is there anyone else who wants to go ahead with the question? Aman, I think you had a similar question. Anything, if you still have any other doubts, something that was not addressed, something that you want to ask apart from this? अमन, इसके अलावा अगर आपको कुछ और पूछना हो, अगर आपका अभी भी कुछ डाउट है, आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हैं.
मैम मुझे एक्चुअली इंटरव्यू होता है इंग्लिश में बात करना था.
आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है. आप चैट पे एक बार टाइप कर दीजिए आपका
I
सवाल.
think he's written there. He's saying, how can I improve conversation?
Conversation. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Aman, again, I would suggest that you take an English level. Let me just write that website down.
Yeah, I've added here meetup.com.
Give me a moment. Yeah. So you can go to this website and it will give you a simple test where you can judge what your English level is. And once you know that, you know where to start from. Okay. Aman, I also think you should start, you need to use English a lot more than what you're using. So try and find some online forums where, like after pandemic, what has happened is a lot of people are more comfortable and open to connecting online. So you can use if you want to practice your interview skills, Apna is going to come up with something. You can use that. If you want to just practice your English socially, which is harder, you can do that on meetup.com. There are a lot of language exchanges. So you can do that. I would also suggest you take classes to improve, and you can generally start exposing yourself to English, like Ratnesh does. So, like, listen to things in English, consume English as much as you can. You can read, you can watch movies, you can listen to music, you can listen to podcasts. You can in YouTube, there's something very interesting. So if you type in your English level, right? Like if once you say you're identified as intermediate level 1, which is basically like E1. So you go to YouTube and you say videos for stories for A2, sorry, B1, right? You'll get a lot of videos and then you can listen to them. So they will be according to your English level, and then they're basically stories that you can listen to, and you can practice reading it out loud as well. So loud reading, this is for you, Ratnesh. You can also practice loud reading to help you learn your language. and talk more.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to ask a question? कोई और कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहता है?
I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead. Who is this?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Saurabh, please go ahead. Yeah.
How can we improve our public speaking skill? I mean, if there is a large crowd in front of us, then how we can speak without any problems? Or actually, I have some issues in confidence level. When there are too many people in front of me, then it's like that I'm not comfortable enough to speak in front of them. So how we can improve in that this way? This thing.
Okay, so if your level is an intermediate level, I would suggest that you make a script, okay, and basically about what you want to say. Have your thoughts organized and you practice that script many times. Like if we wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning and we say, okay, talk about this, you should be able to rattle it off in your sleep. Like that's how good you should get at it. Okay. What happens with that is it becomes an unconscious competency. Okay, so when you are learning, so for example, when you're learning how to ride a bike, first time you sit on a car or a motorbike, first time when you sit on it, you're not sure, you're like, this is a clutch, this is a brake, very conscious of you're conscious of the bike and everything. Then there is conscious competency, which means that you can ride a bike now, but you're very conscious. You're like, okay, so if somebody tries to talk to you at that time, you'll be like, no, don't talk to me. I'll have an accident, you know. Then you have unconscious competency. So you see these people who are driving a car, they're talking to somebody, they're on the phone, women are putting on makeup and they're still able to navigate that traffic and, those kind of things. So that's called unconscious competency, right? So your language has to reach that level. If you're an intermediate speaker, your language is at a conscious competency level, which means that things that you're familiar with, you'll rattle it off. Things that you're not familiar with, you'll get stuck and you'll have hesitation and you'll have anxiety and fears and things like that, right? And if you're going to, put yourself without preparation in front of a crowd, that anxiety is going to be 10x, if not more, right? So basically what do you do to manage that is you practice. So at intermediate level, what I would suggest is have a presentation ready, do a script of what you want to speak, practice it many times, and then you get onto the public forum to talk. There's a lot more to public speaking, but at your stage, I would suggest you start with this, get comfortable with that before you start focusing on other stuff. Like our brain can only handle so much, so we need to give it as much as it can handle, get good at it, and then take on the next stuff. Does that answer your question, Saurabh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So at your level, you can start that, and then see, in public speaking, don't worry about, if you go to these forums and stuff like that, I'm not for, minding your body language so much, voice modulation so much, like, focusing so much on, speaking correct English and things like that. What happens is that adds to stress,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Am I doing this correctly? Am I standing correctly? What is the other person thinking about me? Like, our brains get overloaded with that, and we literally no part of our brain is focused on what we want to say, right? So my suggestion, recommendation was to forget about all of that stuff, just get out there, practice a lot, do your thing, do that many times so that you don't feel, you feel a little bit more familiar. When you start feeling familiar, you'll see that your anxiety and your fear levels go down. Then you can, see how you can improve on where you have reached. Make sense? Karthi, how to face?
Yeah, it's a similar question. I think something that we
I
have.
think you get on How do you swim? You get into the water and swim. I don't know what better to do. If you want to swim, you have to get into the water. So you get onto a stage, you prepare a lot, and you present yourself. That's what you need to do.
Yes,
Rat-
ma'am. We need to practice more speaking.
Practice in public speaking, preparation is 98% of your job. The better prepared you are, the more amazing your speech is going to be. Very, very few people are good orators impromptu. Very few. And it takes a lifetime of competency. You have to have a passion for it. Then you can speak impromptu. Don't expect yourself to suddenly land in front of a crowd and don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, Ratnesh, we are in the Q&A. I think we answered your question first. So if you have any other questions, please go ahead. Yeah. Ratnesh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, if you have any other question, please go ahead. We are already
No,
discussing
no.
the questions. Okay.
Right now, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Any other questions? I think we'll have time for maybe just one more question. So anyone else who wants to give it a shot? Any other doubt, any query that you have? No. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Who's this?
Hello.
Yeah, Sunil. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sunil Sharma, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Actually, I am saying Apna. I have a question arising from Apna. How you can get more claps on my profile?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you pardon once again?
How can we get profile on Apna app? I am using.
Okay.
There is a
ओके सुनील मैं आपको हिंदी में बता देता हूँ देखिए इस सेशन में हम प्राइमरली स्पोकन इंग्लिश रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस हम डील करेंगे ठीक है जॉब्स रिलेटेड नहीं तो अगर आपके पास स्पोकन इंग्लिश से आप कुछ जानना चाहते हो सीखना चाहते हो तो वो आप पूछ सकते हैं ओके आप हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं कोई इशू नहीं है आप हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं अगर आपको डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है तो
recently I have no any question.
Okay,
but
okay.
I have make build myself in English speaking well.
Okay, sure. Sure, no problem. No problem. You can come for the next sessions and practice more and we can improve these things. ठीक है, I think we don't have any more questions at this stage. So if anyone else wants to discuss anything, you can feel free to stay back for another maybe 5-10 minutes. And otherwise we will, Krishna, if you have anything else to add, please. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. So,
sorry, I would actually like to share a document. Department, is there a way to share attachments in chat?
not sure. I don't see an option.
Yeah, you have one way. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just load it on.
Yeah, you can add a link here.
That's
too.
I think please keep that. Yes, please keep that.
Yeah, so what we have done is we couldn't cover all the questions that were there in that we could have looked at and we could have practiced and had a little bit more fun with it because of the shortage of time. I've put all these questions and some more in this document. You can feel free to use it, based on this session, do a little bit of a research. The best way to have fun with it is go and talk to your friends and see how they respond. Do they get the actual meaning or are they taking the words literally? And it can get really hilarious. So you can try that as well. Anybody here has done improv?
I doubt that. I'm not sure.
Has anybody heard of improv? Saurav, you heard.
Improv is like a stage acting where you are trying to say you are given a script and you are acting uh, something like that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a post about it. I think that should be interesting. For what is improv? It's an interesting way to maybe the next session we'll do an improv exercise. That should be interesting, no?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a ask questions one coming up. Yeah, Saurav, you were saying something.
No, I'm saying that it would be interesting if we have improv sessions.
We won't have an improv session, but what I was thinking I could do in the next session is improv workshops have these games. We can do like a small snippet of it in the next class.
Okay.
Then it would be an interesting way to learn English.
Yeah. Okay. So just wrapping up the session, I think if there's any other questions, you can feel free to stay back for another next 5 minutes. But otherwise, I think we have come to the end of it. We've answered the questions, and we will keep having more sessions like these in the upcoming weeks as well. I've shared a feedback form with you, so do fill it out so that we can understand what things you want us to work on, and also we'll be able to share the link for the next session and share a participation certificate as well. I've shared links to both our communities, this Learn English community and Trishna's community on Apna, so you can get updated about upcoming sessions that's happening and join and practice. Go through the doc as well that Trishna has added. So if you want anything to practice, you can use that. Coming to the very end, huge thank you, Trishna, once again to for hosting this session. I think this has become one of the most in-demand sessions in Apna, and people are wanting more and more of these sessions. And a huge
What kind of feedback have we been receiving, Dipanjan?
we've been getting a lot of feedback essentially where people wanted more of these sessions to happen, and like they want to stay in touch and maintain the continuity. So we've been sending links to people who have attended previous sessions as well. So yeah, I think if anyone is joining the multiple sessions, it will be greatly beneficial for them. So जो भी आज के session में आया था, anyone who's been there in the session today, do make sure to join the next session. It will again be next week, Friday, 7 p.m. so that you can maintain this, continue the learnings. We'll also be posting previous session के videos ताकि वो भी आप देख सको, आप उससे भी जान सको कि क्या-क्या हुए थे. And yeah, that's about it from my side. Thank you everyone. Have a great weekend. Krishna, if you have anything to conclude, anything to say, final words.
Yeah, thank you all for being here and giving us this opportunity to share. Thank you, Dipanjan and Apna, for creating this platform. I think this community, it's interesting for me to see how it's coming together. There's a lot of learning and growth for me as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you everyone. Have a great night. Yeah.